Hey, what's going on, everybody? Blake from Blue Ridge Security Services again. And I got another Optex product that I'm going to try out that I picked up from my supplier. This is a wall mount unit. So you want to mount it between, around about 3 feet to a 4 foot area, flat on the wall, as always, level to the ground. This is the VXI-DAM. So it's PIR with the microwave. Also, those are the units that I prefer. Instead of just standard PIR, the microwave feature in it gives it a little more immunity to swaying, bushes. And even if you don't have, like I don't have any bushes, but I use it just to give me another level of discern when it comes to, anything blowing, bird flying past or anything like that. I don't have to worry about it. The detector has the discretion software, everything built into it, so it can, ignore those things. So as always, let's open it up, see what we got. All right, got the main unit, and this is a wired unit. This is not the wireless unit like my the FitLink. The FitLink was a wireless unit, but this unit is wired. So we got instruction manual. As always, they give you a mask sheet depending on if you want to mask the lens to decrease the detection range on it. Let's see, they give us 1, 2, 3. So we've got 3 different masking sheets depending on which one you want to do. This light blue is for 5 meters by 10 meter area. Then they got a second one on here, 1.5 by 10. This black one is to mask the optional area, and then the wings. Then the red one is for 10 by 5 area and a 10 by 1.5. So they sort of give you the math to be able to flip 1 by 5 by 10 or 10 by 1.5, and then just your standard zone masking, not distance wise, but just to block an area if you don't want it to cover that area. All right, and yeah. Make sure I'm not missing anything. And the 2 screws. As you can see, if you purchase this product, where you get it from, the 2 screws, the screw bag is under this lip. So when you open the box, that lip is closed like that. So it just sits flush, and the screws are in it. So it's in there. They just didn't leave it lying in the bottom of the box like they normally do. It's in this little space. So you just got to pull up on it, and the screws will be in there, so that you don't think they gypped you out of the screws. All right? Instruction manual. So let's open up the unit. Take a measurement of the size of the unit. Just so that you have an idea. You can pull out your tape measure for the area instead of purchasing the product and then trying to see if it'll fit. So the unit sits at about 7 1/4 from top to bottom. Oh, I got it upside down. The Optex word is there. So it's still 7 1/4 top to bottom. And then it sticks out about 4 inches. Yep, about 4 inches off the wall. All right. Once again, this is a wall mount unit. So it's designed for you to mount between 3 and 4 feet flat on the wall. To pick up anything that's going to be crossing that area is what you want to look at. So let's open it up here. Put the screw out. Slide that up. And that's the lens. So when I talk about the masking sheets that they give you, this is where they go. Depending on if you want to bring that detection range back for the PIR, you put those masking sheets in here. And then if you want to mask off an area that you don't want it to cover, you put those sheets, there's like little thin strips, and you put them in here. There's like little grooves in the plastic lens, and you just mask it off, and then it'll block it from seeing that area. So you don't have to worry about it. If you want to only cover, 90 degrees this way instead of 180. All right, so that's how that works. So up top here, we got positive, negative, COM, trigger, SP, alarm, TP, aux. Oh, another thing, these do not come with the tamper switch. The tamper switch is an accessory. So if you want to have tamper protection, which is if someone unauthorized opens the cover, it triggers an alarm, you need to purchase the optional tamper switch. Okay. Once again, it does not come with the tamper switch. I always install tamper switches because I don't want someone walking up, unscrewing the unit, messing with it without us knowing. So I put the tamper switch in. They open up the lens for some reason. Tamper switch triggers an alarm trigger. We'll get the tamper, for whatever this sensor is going to be. And then I know, hey, something isn't right. But as you can see here, you got your two sensor lenses that you never want to touch. Okay. Right here, you have your microwave sensor adjustment knob, the little white knob there. You turn that, and that adjusts the microwave sensitivity out and in. All right. Then you've got your PIR sensor adjustment here, the knob out and in, and then how far out you want to go. And then you adjust your zones. All right. So we got the cushion in here to seal against the elements. Keep the elements out. Pretty basic unit. As you can see, this is where your wire goes. Then it has two terminals for an auxiliary. If you wanted to add into the unit, add on to the unit, you could, daisy chain if you want to do 2 or 3 and keep them on the same zone, or anything like that. You have auxiliary ports to do so. If you want this to trigger something else, like, I don't know, a flashing light or whatever it is, all the options are here. You just have to, I tell anyone, read through the manual. If you don't have an understanding, give the manufacturer their customer support a call and say, hey, this is what I'm trying to do. This is what I'm thinking. Am I correct? They have people standing by, and if they don't have an answer, they can get an engineer on the phone to say, hey, yes, you can do that, and then this is how you do it. But I keep it pretty simple. I use one sensor per zone. I don't tie sensors together, daisy chain them in series and do all that stuff. I don't. Each item has its own sensor. Doors, windows. I don't group windows together. I don't do any of that stuff because I want to know specifically what window was triggered. Even if you label them, if you've got 3 windows in your master bedroom and you label them 1, 2, and 3, instead of group them all together in series and say master bedroom window. But you got 3 windows. So that's why I'm very specific. My central station appreciates that I'm very specific with my system, because that's way it removes any error. They know, hey, master bedroom 1, and they have a drawing of our house. So if there's an event, they know exactly the layout of our house and where these zones are. If you don't do that, I recommend that you do it. Hey, the central station has a diagram of your home, laying it out so that if something happens, they can relay that to the police, and the police know, hey, the back door, east side, west side, 1, 2, sliding patio, whatever it is, they know exactly where the point of alarm was, and it makes it easier for everyone. So, like I said, I got this unit also to give it a try, to lay things out, because I'm always trying things, expanding, just to see what's out there and what's better to further help us with perimeter protection and detection. Those are one of my biggest things that I love doing. I love having a pre-warning before the warning. That's why the security system is great. It's designed to work after the fact. Surveillance system is great. That's part of that pre-warning. With these sensors, I can tie them in to the surveillance system. This gets triggered. PTZ goes to that zone. Or the fixed camera's already looking on that zone. And that's how I layer. It's called layered security. A lot of these security companies, the big brands, right? They have a installer that has to install maybe 3, 4, or 5 that day. Slaps it in, gives you a quick rundown, and they're gone. And if you want anything else, call them, schedule it, come back. And when they do stuff like this, it can get really, really costly for you. The markup on the product, the labor for that technician, and then whatever profit they're looking at. So I try to educate people because this is how I learned. I learned by doing it myself and then asking questions, getting on the phone with companies like Optex, talking to their sales team, the engineers, and saying, hey, listen, here's my home, here's my layout. What do you recommend and why? And they gave me the time to explain to me why I would want to use a product like this. And that's how I started developing the pre-warning idea. Security system is great. Offers you no pre-warning. It's just a warning. Like your door's been kicked in. Now it's going off. And then they have to go through a protocol. I want to know what's approaching before it gets there. And between these and my surveillance system, it allows us to do that. And we sleep better at night because of it. People think, I've heard, oh, well, I live in a good area. I have an HOA. Folks, crime is everywhere. I don't care where you live, HOAs or not, you're paying dues. Crime is everywhere, and someone is always going to test the waters. It could be something simple as a bicycle in your backyard. Doesn't matter. Package theft is big now. That's why video doorbells are coming into effect, But the video doorbell works from the front door out a certain distance, So I believe in layering security. Security cameras to see further out, see them coming from down the street, whether they're walking or in the vehicle. I use color, day and night. Reason being is this. In black and white, you can see a person. You can't make out the colors of the clothing that they're wearing or their skin tone, right? So the better you can describe the person, the better chances law enforcement has of catching the person. Jean color, sneaker color, coat, hat, everything. So when you're looking at security cameras, try to find new cameras that I use Dahua Starlight cameras. Reason being is because they're low light and they can stay in color even at night with low light. All right. So once again, I'm going to put this unit into service, see how we like it. And if we like it, we'll keep it. As always, we do a review afterwards to see, to let you know what we thought about it. All right. As always, if you have any questions, post the comments and then I'll answer them as quick as I can. All right. As always, take care. Stay safe.